Hello everyone. So today we are going to say about the unit title is the harmony in the human being. So myself Madana Chitran, so working as a AP in the CSE department, Kungunada College of Engineering and Technology. Okay. So we will go for into the unit 2. So first topic is the understanding the human being as coexistence of self, that is I and body. So it's an understanding between the self and the body. So human being is a more than just a body. So it's an body means nothing. It's a body means I and inner body, inner feelings. Okay, so body and he is a coexistence of the both self and the body. So human being is the both coexistent of the myself, that is I, and that is jivna and body. Okay, so without the both of things, we cannot tell it is that is a human being. Okay, so human being is a coexistence of the both self and the body. Okay, we can see the understanding between these two things. Okay, it's an slightly you may get confused, but both are same only. So body and I both are same only. No sir, you can tell. So body is different. Suppose if we are not alive means what we will tell it is an body. Suppose we are alive means what we will say it's myself. This suppose and like that we have told. So there is a difference. Okay. So there is a exchange of information between these two. So our bodies act according to the suggestion which is given by ourselves. That is what are the things I am telling by myself. So its body is acting according itself. It is based on this one key. So all human beings have feelings of happiness, sorrows, pains, excitement. Yes, of course. So every human being have these kind of things: happiness, sorrow, pain, excitement. So everything also all is experienced by I, not the body. So this is thing we should keep remember. So all everything happiness it is experienced by I, and then sorrow is my myself, and then pain, excitement. So everything is experienced by I. So not the body. So body is not acting. So body is acting according to that. Suppose I am feel happiness, I feel excitement. Okay. Suppose I am feel very bad or sorrow means I may cry or I will keep quite sitting in some other place. So it is the instruction which is given by myself, that is I to the body. Okay, so what is human being? So it is an coexistence between the self and the body. So it is an between the so coexistent and coexistent between the self, this self that is my, that is I, and it's a body. Okay, since here is known as the definition of the human being. So human beings is a category is the physical body and aliveness. It is a jivna or I self, myself, and that is I or self. Okay, so what is the needs of the self and the body? So every person or every human being definitely needs the happiness. Okay, that is I. So it has been through the body only we can fulfill it. That is not a physical facility. So this I represents the happiness. So it's an I represents the happiness. So body is the physical facilities. Okay. So this is the needs of the self and the body. So having the physical facilities to ensures the fulfillment of the needs of the body. Yes, of course, based on the physical facilities only we can ensure so fulfillment of the needs of the body. Suppose I am very happiness, I feel very hungry means so through the body only I can feel it. Okay, so, but it doesn't fulfill the needs of the eye. So there is a difference. Okay? Hence, every human being we need to fulfill both of things. One is eye, that is happiness, as well as the physical facilities. One of these cannot replace to other. Okay, so so the needs of the self is happiness. The needs of the body is a physical facility. So self means it is based on the happiness. There is any feeling, and the need of the body is physical facilities. It is a food, etc. Okay. So the example is given. So there are a scenario. Suppose someone is serving, or some other person, or some neighborhood is serving food without respect. So will we accept that? So no, definitely we will not do. Food without respect, we will not accept it. At the same thing, another way, respect without food, that is also not possible. So I am giving respect only. I am not giving any food. So that is also not. It is possible. So it's we have to understand the self and the body. So both things are required. So both things are it's a needed one. Okay. So the example detailed it is given. So if you are given well prepared tasty food with a push and a shove, will you like it? Most probably 99% of people will say no only. Okay, so providing tasty food may fulfill the body but not satisfying the self. Okay, so until and unless it is provided with the respect, that is the main thing. So it needs a both thing. The same way we have to understand the self and the body. Okay, there is the needs of the self and the body. Okay, so what is the definite period? So what is the needs of a definite period, whether it's a temporary or continuous? So physical facilities, it is an such as food is required when we feel hungry, not at all the time. So we can tell it is the temporary one. Okay, but feeling definitely is a continuous one. Okay, the one example question they're asking: does your father love you? Child is answering to his friend's question. So does your father love? Definitely, always, continuously, the father love the children. Okay, okay, that is the difference between the needs and temporary and continuous. So based on the quantity and the quality. So need for the food, definitely it's a quantitative one. So we cannot eat hot at always or all the time. So whenever we feel hungry, at the time only we will have the food. Okay, so we can tell it is a quantitative one. Okay, next one. And therefore physical facility isn't limited quality, so limited quantity, but feeling of respect, love, and then etc., it is an unlimited one. Definitely will go for the qualitative one. Okay, so therefore we cannot measure this meter of love or this meter of trust has been given, so it is not possible. So quality wise we have to go for the feeling only. Okay, therefore these qualitatives are, these are the quality in the nature. Next one is the fulfillment of the needs of the self and the body. So need for the food is the fulfilled by the rice and then vegetables, etc. Okay. Need for the respect is fulfilled by way of friend listen to you, appreciate you, or for the friend or a family person, whoever it may be. That is the respect. Okay. So human, it's a need. Happiness is respect, and then physical facility, that is food, is fulfilled by the self is by them right understanding people, and that person has a right feeling. Okay, so next one is the psychochemical things, that is based on the physical facility. Okay, so happiness, self will expect the happiness, that is respect from who can means right understanding people and right feeling. Okay, so body will expect the food, it is then psychochemical things. Okay, so next topic is the understanding the activities in the self and the activities in the body. So we can see in detail. So all the human activities that has been categorized in the activities going on the self, and then activities involving both eye and body. So activities both involving body alone. So it is both things. So eye and body here, eye and body, both the things. Okay, so activities that are only happening in the eye. So myself, what I can do, what are the activities I can do? I can think, I can dream, I can imagine, I can analyze, I can understand. Okay, at the same time come to the right hand side, third one. So that is based on the body. So body will do only the, so breathing and digesting, blood flow, and then heartbeat. Okay, so you can now come to the clear points. What's the difference between the eye and the body? So what are the activities has been involved both eye and body? So seeing, talking, listening. So take example talking. So talking means, so what I can do, so I can talking as well as I'm some activities has been going inside the body. Okay, and then eating and then walking. So these activities require my active participation. Okay, but these are my activities only, activities they are only in I only. So these activities do not require my active participation. These activities are not happening by themselves. The entity is that is responsible for these activities. So next one is all human activities can be put under the three categories. So three categories: activities that is going on the self. So activities going on the self, that is sentient activities. Next one is a material based activities, that is the activities going on the body. So next one, activities involving both the self and the body, that is sentient as well as material activities. Okay, so activities in the self, so we know, so knowing, assuming, recognizing, fulfilling. Okay, so knowing that leads to the assuming, so assuming leads to the recognizing, recognition leads to the fulfilling. So human activities can be categorized by two ways, that is body as well as self. Already we seen in previous state. So body can recognize and fulfill, and then self is knowing, assuming, recognizing, and fulfilling. So this has been performed by the self. Okay, so next topic is the understanding the response of the self and the body. So one example, so take the needle. if you pierce or if you pierce needle in your body means, so what will be happen? So if the needle is harder than the skin means skin of the body means it will go inside, or else if it is softer means it will not go inside. So this is the recognition and fulfillment of the body, okay, as a body. I'm not telling I myself. So as a body, whenever body piercing the needle means, so if the skin is so harder than the body means it will go. Suppose if the skin is softer than the, if it is softer than the skin means it will not go inside. Okay, so that is the recognition and fulfillment of the body with the needle is a definite one. So the same example we can see in the another aspect. Now let us look the response of the self. Okay, same thing. The some person X or Y person ready to pierce the needle to you. So what will we do? So first you will evaluate which person he is. Suppose if the person is he is not anonymous person means what you will do, so you will be aware of that, so you will not allow to pierce the needle inside the body. Suppose if it consider the same thing scenario in as a doctor, what he will do? So definitely will cooperate. So doctor will what will do? So doctor he will do some medical things and he will rectify your issues, what the issues present in your body. So same thing. So someone is using needle in your body, will you cooperate with him or oppose him? So definitely will oppose it. That depends upon the situation and then our assumption about the person. If the person using needle is a doctor, the person not a miss, definitely we will cooperate. Okay. So the self, next topic is the self as the consciousness and entity, consciousness entity, the body as the material entity. So now you can easily understand what we have seen in the previous slides. So as a human being, what is a human being means? It is a coexistence between the self and the body. So as a self, what are the needs needed means? So I need the happiness, example, etc. That happiness should be continuous one and then qualitative one. Okay, as a body, what I need. Okay, I need the food, that is a physical facility. I can be always hungry, so it is a temporary one. Suppose my tummy is full means I will be keep quiet. Okay, so I will not go for another. That is a temporary one, and then it is a quantitative one, so require the limited quantity only. But in terms of happiness, it is an qualitative one. Okay, so we cannot tell it's in quantitative one. Okay, next one is a fulfilled by, the self is fulfilled by the right understanding and right feeling. And then physical facilities, that is body is fulfilled by the five psychochemical things. So what are the activities has been done means, so by the self, desire, thought, expectation, these are all done by the self. Same thing, activities is just done by the body, eating, walking, seeing. So these kind of things has been activities performed in the body. Okay, so in terms of in time, so the desire, thought, expectation is a continuous one. Eating, walking are temporarily, so we cannot we cannot able to eat always eating and always we cannot walking, so it is a temporary one only. Okay, next one is the response one. So knowing, assuming, recognizing, and fulfilling, that will comes under the self. And then body means only you can recognize and then fulfilling. So these everything will comes under the consciousness, and then recognize and fulfill comes under the material thing. So next topic is the harmony in the self, understanding myself. So why should I study myself? Why I need to study myself? So to get the getting to know activities in the self. Okay. So most of the time we spend the time with ourselves only. That is ourself. Okay. So we with ourselves in ourselves, but we spend most of our time thinking about other things and then neglect ourselves. So what he is doing, what she is doing. So like that only we are thinking about others only. We are not thinking about ourselves. That only we are telling. So we spend most of our time with ourselves. That is in ourselves only, not the others. Only we are seeing about the other things only. The self is basis for the everything we do. So everything we do, so all our desires, expectations, thoughts, feelings, understanding, it is comes from I only, so not the body. Okay, studying ourselves helps to have the more clarity about ourselves and makes us more confident. Okay, so activities in the self. So there are two categories: power and activity. So self and I consist in the nature, while body is the psychochemical nature. Already we seen in the previous slide. The interaction between the I and the body is in the form of the exchange of the information. So we have to exchange. Sorry. we have to exchange this information. So body and self, we are going to exchange the information. So it may be either we can consider as a power or activity. So what is the power? This is the basic capacity of the self. These includes the desire, thought, and then expectation. So what are the activities has been performed in the self? Imagining, analyzing, selecting, and then tasting. Okay. So an example given for this one. So we may have a desire to have respect by being the owner of the big house. This is the desire exists in form of imaging. Okay, that is we have an image in us, fulfillment of our need of the respect of by a house. Okay, I should be a big owner of the house. That is my desire. Okay, based on this desire, so our thoughts start working on that. So basically I'm thinking I want to become a owner of the big house. Means what are things I have to do. So I don't have right now, but I have the dream. Okay, I have thoughts starting working on it. This, what are the decisions should be there, what color of paint I can give for the particular house, and then rooms, balcony, how can I design, how many rooms I convert. So likewise we can go working on that in thoughts that we are working on that. Okay, so wanting respect from house, wanting respect from the house into the various parts is called as the analyzing. So we can analyze it. Okay, so after working out the details of the house, we can go about the size, color, etc. and do. So this is known as the expecting and selecting. There is a tasting, the activity which leads to the fulfillment of this expectation. Yes, in previous point we have made the design only. In the next level, we are going for the how much size of the room and what are the color of the room. So we are going working on that. That is what are the expectation and selecting. That is the thing we have to think. Okay, selecting and tasting keeps going on us continuously. Yes, of course, definitely through the day and all the time. Although many times we may not aware of it. Okay? Selecting and tasting is a complementary. Yes, it may be complementary. So selection changes whenever our taste changes. Yes, of course. Suppose one person is telling this color is better than that, means we will go for that only. Okay, that is it will be, it is not a constant one. Okay, so whenever your taste is changed from one mobile company to another mobile company, so your selection of the shop and showroom also changes according to your new taste. Okay. So next one, what is the imagination? So imagination is it's a sum of total our desires and then thoughts and then expectation. Okay, it's a sum of desire, thought, and then expectation. This is known as the imagination. That is what is our desire. So what is I am thought about my desire? What what is the expectation of my desire and thought? So these sum will carry out. We can tell there is an imagination. Example, one thing given the present scenario. So today our thoughts and expectations are largely being set by the preconditioning and then sensations. So already we have the preconditioning. I want a house like this much of lakhs I have to spend to build my house, and the color and design should be like this. I have the four levels of the building like that. We have a lot of things we have. So what will be happen because of this means it will create the unhappiness and stress and the discomfort in our lives. Okay, you cannot you cannot set the some preconditioning. If you happen means it will lead to some contradiction. You be unhappy, you can be happy, and then you will become the stress and then discomfort within ourselves. Okay, so scenario one. So desires set on the base of the preconditioning. So assume something about anything on the base of the pre-availing, so labeling the notion without self-verification. So without self-verification, you cannot preconditionings. You cannot set it. Take an example. While seeing the advertisement, we pay attention to it and start thinking about it and associate some greatness with it, and slowly the thought becomes our desire. So it is a preconditioning desire, and we don't know what we are going to get out from the fulfillment of the desire. Sometimes we are not even aware of the existence of the such desire in us. So it means suppose some advertisements going on, so what we'll do, so we pay attention on it. Okay, so we think about that particular advertisement, we will associate the particular what are the things has been screenplay has been done on that particular advertisement. We can slowly thinking about that. Okay, slowly the advertisement will become in our thought. Okay, so this is known as the preconditioning. So automatically the advertisement will bring us to the preconditioning status. Okay, so we don't know, unfortunately we are doing that one. Okay, scenario two. Expectation sit on the base of the sensation. Sensation is the feeling of resulting from something that comes into the contact with the body. Example, we may develop a desire for a bike based on the way it is looked or taste is associated with it. So we may develop a desire for a bike on the based on the way it is looked, that is sensation or taste is associated with how we can drive. We can drive some kilometer speed. You will feel some sensation on the particular bike. Okay. So next one is the effects of the problems. Wavering aspirations. When our desires are set by the preconditioning, our goals keep shifting quite often. Yes, of course. So preconditioning set means our goals will be keep changing often. So depending on what we read or what we see, what we hear from the media or friends or society, whoever it may be. So the aspirations will be wavering one. Okay. So next one, you will get the lack of confidence. Since our desires are wavering, we don't have the clarity. So what we ultimately want. Yes, definitely. So, because of that, we won't get any confidence. This affects our self confidence as we feel confident. So, only as long as our opinion is taste is appreciated. Okay. So, unhappiness, there is conflicts or contradiction in the I as a result of preconditioning desire. It means, so because of this preconditioning, we will become or we will get any happiness as well as contradiction will be happen between the ourselves. That is the main thing. We cannot go for the another person, third person. So definitely within ourselves we will get contradictions. Okay. So desires, thoughts and expectations set by the preconditioning or sensation make us undecided and create conflict tendencies within ourselves. These conflicts leads to the stress and unhappiness in us. So don't be go for the preconditioning. That is particularly it is based on the advertisements. Okay. So remaining topic we can see in the next one. Thank you.